What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, as always, for episode number 40. And we have Freddie on for episode 40. So it's kind of funny how that works. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to have you on. I definitely wanted to get you on. I've had a lot of students that we go to college with on.
Yep.
But to me, I know you're never going to admit it because you're a very humble person. I truly believe that you're one of the faces of CCSU.
Oh, God, no.
I'm telling you, I think you are.
Mario, I don't.
I think you are. For those that are friends with Freddie, family, yeah, he's awesome. He's been great. But we're about to chop it up. But before we do, please make sure you like, subscribe on all platforms. Your support is always appreciated. And if you have any advice, critiques that you think could possibly make this better, by all means, I'm an open book, and I'm always willing to find ways to get better. But with that said, Freddie, you went to Georgia. What was it, like twice in a month?
Yeah, I did.
Really? So what made you go the second time? The first time made sense, but I was like, damn, you went back again?
I'm not gonna lie. The second time, it was complete. It was a full send moment.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts. I was in the dining hall. It was like 2 p.m. and I was with Colleen, who works at Rec and is also an RA.
Yep.
We were just sitting there, and I was like, I want to go to Georgia because obviously UGA during the SECs, it's football season. So they were playing Tennessee, and they were saying it was one of the biggest games in Athens that weekend.
That's crazy.
And Grace, my sister, she had VIP ESPN College Game Day, like behind the scene passes. So it was like a meet and greet with Luke Bryan, and like we were on the set of College Game Day. Like it was.
I saw that. That was insane.
It was nuts.
That's incredible.
And
did it feel like you were in a movie or something?
Yeah, it
really
did. So I called my mom. I didn't realize it was like Friday, and she was at work.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why are you calling me?" I'm like, "Mom, can you pick me up at 5 p.m. to bring me to the airport?" And she's like, "Why? Where are you going?" I'm like, "I just bought my ticket to Georgia."
Yeah.
And yeah, I flew down that night.
That's awesome.
It was very like spare of the moment.
Wow. I think that's. I think you need to take moments or risks like that in life, or just like do something that your gut's telling you to do. Just go with it. Just be a yes man for once. That's
you gotta
awesome.
Be spontaneous, you know.
For sure. No, that's incredible.
Fun. It's probably the most spontaneous thing I've done. But my bank account's hurting from it.
Oh my God! Tell me about it.
But it's all right, you know. It was the memories and the experiences.
Hell yeah!
Like,
so compare a university like Georgia, who were literally the national champions last year, to a school like ours. I'm sure the campus is probably miles and miles long, and everything they have, like their stadium that you were in, it's like a gigantic it's like a city in there. Like, what the heck?
It's insane. Like Grace, my sister, when we moved her down in July, I never knew what to expect because like when I toured colleges, I toured like Southern, Eastern, like it was state schools. First of all, what I could afford, you know.
Got you.
I went in at the time undecided, so I was like, I'm not going to spend big bucks,
right?
If I'm going to be taking gen eds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked Central, and I love it. But it's nuts. Like Athens, like UGA, that's a college town.
Yeah,
you know, like they got 40,000 undergrads. They're all required to live on campus.
Wow,
like it's nuts.
Yeah.
I think it's 40,000. I don't know.
It's still ridiculous.
It's a huge number, and it's like, you're right, the campus is miles and miles long. Like in the summer when Grace and I, we were walking around just like getting our footing. Her class, since she's like higher education, she has class in just one building.
Mm-hmm.
Her building's 20 minutes away from her apartment. Like it's
walking distance?
Yeah. It's nuts. Like, you have to take...
I mean, at least you're getting your steps in.
God forbid you sleep in. Or, sleep through your alarm. You're late, you know?
Yeah, just take the L.
But...
That's insane. What's your major?
I'm communications.
Oh, so we're the same thing. We're in the same boat. Yeah, I'm comm major.
What, like...
Strategic? I'm strategic. Are you public relations or strategic?
I'm organizational comm. Our major is strategic communications, right? And then we have, like, a specialization.
I think. Something like that.
Look... We don't even know our major again.
Nah, I'm not stressing about it. I mean, I don't even graduate for another year. I think, you're 2 years? Because I think we talked about that yesterday.
May 24.
Yeah, so what made you pick communications?
I'm not going to lie. It's so versatile. And, like, I love this. I love chit-chatting. Like, I love meeting people and interacting.
Right.
So it's, like, calm, I guess. Like I said, it's so versatile that it's, like... I don't want to compare it to a business degree because like I know they're different, but
Yeah.
like
Just working with people.
Working with people, and you can do a lot with it, you know?
Not being isolated.
It's not like
yeah.
a nursing degree where it's like you have to be a nurse.
Or an accountant or a lawyer.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's so versatile, and there's options, you know? Because I don't know what I want to do with my life, you know?
Wow. I really appreciate that you said that, because I truly have no idea either. But I will say is I used to be really stressed about it.
Yep.
Now I've just kind of accepted that I'm going to go day by day and see where things...
Exactly. That's what my dad says,
see where things go.
He's like, take it day by day.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that's all you can do. I think once you find a way to not be at peace necessarily, but not stress about what you can't control.
Exactly.
Because how are you going to stress about something that you don't even know is on the rise? Or if it even is on the rise.
I agree completely, because it's unnecessary emotions, and you're going to get yourself strung out. You know?
And I will say, you seem so even keeled, and every time it seems like I talk to you, or I see what you're doing, it seems like you're always working on a project, or you're planning for something, or you got something going on. Like, you seem, for someone who has like a lot going on in your life, or you do a lot, you seem very composed.
I mean, I think we all have a lot going on, you know?
True.
And especially talking, like, I have a lot on my plate, you have a lot on your plate. Like, I don't know, you know? And that's what I kind of realized. Like, everybody's busy. Nobody, you know, in this day and age, everybody has appointments. Everybody has, just because they're not doing what I'm doing, I'm not doing what they're doing.
Right.
You know?
Gotcha.
And that, I really learned that this year, and it got put in perspective, you know? And, you just, like, breathe. You know? Get a good night's rest.
Yeah. So, obviously, you're one of the cycling instructors at the rec where we work. What... I don't know if I asked you. I might have, but regardless, just to share with the people, what made you want to, like, I don't know if the boss or the heads of the rec were pretty much saying like, hell yeah, we need to start a fitness, like certain fitness classes, and then if anyone at the rec wants to be the instructor, by all means. Was that kind of how it happened, or did you say I want to be a cycling instructor?
So, how it happened for me, I said I want to be a cycling instructor. Because I remember I was applying at the rec center to be an area supervisor, and I said in the interview, I'm like, listen, I'll remain like a building manager if that means like if I could teach cycling. Like I don't want to be an area supervisor if I can't instruct cycling as well, you know?
Gotcha.
And I said that, and I asked for it basically, but I know the other instructor, Carly, they asked her, well, they first put it out to the whole staff. They were like, does anybody want to do cycling? And no, nobody really bit. And she was like, yeah, I'll try it. Yeah. And she did it, and I just started to go to her classes, and like I fell in love with it so much.
Wow.
And I don't work out. I'm no Jimbo. Like I don't know the proper like techniques. I don't know.
You still seem very in shape, regardless of not being necessarily
like I could do cardio.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like
I think cardio is the number one thing though, because you have all the muscles in the world, but if you got poor endurance and your heart's not up to par, I may or may not be one of those people. But yeah, that's good stuff, Freddie.
Yeah.
Seriously, would you say it's kind of like therapy to you at this point? Like when you do it, that's kind of like your way of pushing yourself to a limit, because obviously you have to put on a face and be the lead person for all these people trying to get in shape.
Yeah, it's ironic you say that, because like I'll talk with Carly, the other instructor, and if we have days that aren't the greatest and we're teaching cycling that night, sure, we might not be in the mindset to teach it, but like once you get into the studio and like you just feel it, you press the Bluetooth button, you connect, and you start playing music. It's just like when like I walked down here into your basement, you had the music playing, and like it gets you in the mood,
in the zone.
It gets you in the zone, like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how cycling is, you know?
Wow.
For me, at least, it turns any, like, crappy day into just a great day, you know?
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a post from the rec that if you attend, not necessarily cycling, but, like, as many fitness classes as you can, you get a fresh pair of Beats?
Beats, yeah. Brand new Beats. I just know they're the new ones, and you got to attend the most number of fitness classes, but it stinks because cycling doesn't count for me because I instruct it. Yeah. But I would love those headphones.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know about you. I haven't had them since high school, but I'm a Beats guy over at AirPods. I think it's cool to have the the headphones than the two AirPods. And plus, AirPods are so easy to lose. Yep. I haven't had my AirPods ever because I lost them.
They're finicky. Like, they'll fall out of your ears.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be in class and it'll be across the room.
For sure. It's so crazy, though, that, for those that don't know, this job we work at, it's incredible. I've never been a part of an atmosphere, and maybe I never will after this in my life. Well, first of all, the job in itself, just working at a gym. I never thought working at a gym would be as entertaining and as fun as it is. Wow. You get all sorts of walks of life that you meet, all different people from all different backgrounds, which is great. But on top of that, just the upper staff, man, like they're great. They treat us great. They're all awesome. And it's crazy because before you were area supervisor, I still remember to this day when I was hired. Shout out to Grace, because obviously I do know Grace. And I remember when she was interviewing me.
She interviewed you?
It was her and Julia. Yeah. And I still remember to this day when I had my shirt, tie, khakis, and I went in there and when it comes to the interview process, I don't know about you, but we're communication majors, so I'm sure that you also seem like someone's very confident going into an interview, or seem like you could at least conduct yourself in a way where it's like, yeah, that would be a good hire.
I try, but boy, I shake in my boots beforehand. Like, I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
But once I get there,
in the zone,
and I tend to ramble. Like, I remember when I applied for like my current position, Julia, again, she was interviewing me, and Scott, our boss, and oh my God. And like, I'm good, like, I love both of them, but I was so nervous. I don't know why, and like, I'm good friends with Julia, but
right.
Like,
it's different.
I was so nervous.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. No, I remember going into one of the rooms and just sitting down, and they asked me what I knew about the rec, and I told them, I was like, you guys have no idea how bad I want this job. Like, seriously, I've never done this before. I might not appear like such, but I'm a shy person. Not shy necessarily. Well, I used to be like scared of everything, but now it's not necessarily I'm scared of people that I don't know. It's that if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to put myself out of my comfort zone to go talk to a stranger.
I would have no idea. I'd have no idea.
Yeah. So when it came to the rec, I remember I was going up to coworkers who I know and love now, who I didn't know at the time. Yep. I'm going up to them and shaking their hands, saying, "Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Mario Malave. I was trying to apply here. I was wondering what I can possibly do to stand out, or like what I could like to put me above the competition."
Really?
I did all that. Shout out to people like Nick or Megan M or Ian, or there's so many people I didn't know then who I know now. Yeah. And it's so funny just looking back at it. And I don't know about you, but whenever I work a new job, well, I've been with the rec for a while now, but whenever I work a new job, I notice that I personally tend to say, "So how do you guys do things here?" Even when I'm a part of the staff now, I say you, and then eventually it gets to a point where it's we. Like, what are we doing?
Or even in interviews, I'll ask that. Like,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, similar.
For sure. What do you... obviously we're going to be working at this place barring any crazy change. Yeah. But what... I know you said you don't know what you want to necessarily do in life, but are there any things that you want to possibly try? Maybe give a shot at? Like, I don't know, maybe ESPN, because you said College Game Day.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, for post-grad, you mean? Yeah?
No, when it comes to whatever.
Oh. I was... After last weekend, it was incredible to even be behind the scenes, because it was so...
Yeah.
It was, like, surreal, because I'm always on the other end of it, where it's, like, we're waking up at, like, 3 a.m. to, like, get to the front of the line to get tickets and to, like, get a view. But, like, we got up at 8:30, we were there, and it's, like, we didn't have to wait in a line. There was no, like, shoving. Like, it wasn't like we were in a mosh pit. Like, as if you watched, like, the TV in the College Game Day, like, you would have seen everybody sausage together, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it was so cool to be behind the scenes and, like, seeing all the ESPN workers and College Game Day workers, like, even the ones that were holding the wire, following, like, the broadcaster around with the wire. I'm just like, wow, that is incredible. So, yeah, I planted maybe a little seed with, like, that, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've I have family that's told me to try and entertain ESPN. There's someone that lives not too far away from here who my mom is friends with, and I talked to the guy. He is one of the people that is responsible for like the broadcasting area itself in terms of like putting. I think like works with like the satellite at ESPN, like that airs all the channels and stuff like that. And I pretty much asked him what people could possibly do like to stand out, because it's obviously such a competitive field. And he kind of just talked about writing, like get into writing, start practicing, just talking into a camera by yourself, things like that. I mean, I don't know.
Are you a writer? Like, can you write well, do you think?
Professionally, no. Yeah. But I think I can write. But even then, journalism's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're comedy. Do you have a minor?
Sociology.
Sociology.
What's your minor?
Psychology.
Really?
Yeah, so it's crazy because before I picked communications, and this is the reason why I'm not graduating on time. I mean, everyone thinks that graduating perfect 4 years, it's hard.
It's very
perfect 4 years
to be impeccable, and
yes, that means you don't.
I'm even behind, and I got to catch up now. Like,
yeah,
life happens, you know,
no,
and you fall behind in one little thing. Like, you got to reach that 120 credits.
Yeah, seriously.
You know?
There's people where as soon as they graduate high school and know what college they're going to, they'll put, so let's say they graduate high school in 2020, they'll put the college 2024. I know I'm graduating 4. It's like, are you sure? Are you that confident? Because you're going to look crazy if you don't. Yeah. you know? So I don't put the date because you just never know. Like, for all we know, tomorrow, Jesus Christ could come down and just be like, hey, like, you want $1 million? And then I'm like, I don't need this. I'm out of here. Yeah, and it's weird how life works. So I was undecided business going into college, and then took some classes, took some gen eds, and then eventually I picked sociology just cause. I didn't even
for a major.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it entailed. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I just thought it necessarily.
That's why I was with the minor. I just picked it.
Yeah, I thought sociology was good in the sense of just because people had to do with people.
Study of people.
Pretty much. But then, if I'm being honest with you, when I had this advising meeting about a year ago, the advisor was saying classes that I had to take next, and it was like race and culture and gender, and I was like, I don't know if personally that's for me. Like, if I want to get into that.
Well, that's a lot for a mate. Like, you know, you gotta get like what, 38 credits?
I'm not the one to ask.
For a mate, I think it's something
a lot.
Like that. Like,
let's
that's
just put
a
it
lot
that
of
way.
Classes.
Yeah,
you know.
Right. So I was looking at it, and then I pretty much told her straight up. I said, Miss, I don't know if this is for me, respectfully. And then she said, oh, like, I'm so glad you said that. Have you thought about what other majors you'd possibly want to take? And then I said, oh, I heard that communications is pretty good, because I have a couple friends that are comm majors. Yep. And then I just went through the transfer thing, and I've stuck with it since. And I'm glad I did.
You are.
I think it's the perfect major.
I feel that way too.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems like a really good major.
And I haven't had one bad professor, you know? Like, I really haven't.
In terms of communication professor? Yeah, me neither.
You know? And with the comm class, it's... Because even, like, my first 2 years of college, I was, like, bouncing over. I think I switched my major maybe 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Like, I bounced around, and now I feel like it was this year that the switch went off, and I was like, you know, I think this is for me.
Right.
You know?
I completely agree, but then, on top of that, I also had psych minor. So, yeah, psychology. And I'm done with my psych class. And it's honestly, I have no idea how I did it, Freddie. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not a bookworm. So
it's hard. The brain, like, cognitive, and
oh my God, Freddie.
I took 2 psych classes,
Unreal.
And if I do not have to, I'll never take anymore. They're
hard.
They challenged me a lot.
And if I'm being honest, knock on wood, that I had these classes during COVID.
And they were 100 levels that were challenging me. I'm like,
yes.
Never mind the 300-400 levels.
Seriously. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to take again math. I don't know about you if you were a good math student.
No, that's another thing.
I've never been the biggest math guy. I just, it doesn't click with me. Like,
I got a funny story about math.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, all right. So I came into I graduated in 2020.
Okay.
And I came into college. I was gonna live on campus and do all like the fun freshman-y stuff, but then I was gonna live in Seth North, the residence hall. It's the all freshman one.
Yep, gotcha.
But then COVID, they shut it down because I guess enrollment was low, and Seth North was used as the COVID building.
Oh.
So I was like, and I looked at my schedule, and they switched everything to online and async. So I'm like, if I'm not going to leave my room, I'm not going to live on campus, you know? So I stayed home when I had math, and it was Math 102, and the way it was set up, it was being, like, live streamed. So, like...
Yeah, I had something like that, too.
I couldn't, like, chat. It wasn't Zoom or, like, WebEx where I could chat in questions.
Yep.
I had to, like, physically email him during class if I had a question because it was a live stream.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but I don't learn math that way. I struggle with math as is, like I was in the lowest level math in high school. Like I was not a math whiz at all. No. So with the homeworks, it was all online, and online if you do a space button on accident and you submit the answer, it's wrong.
It's like ridiculous.
The computer only has X amount of like combinations.
Math on Blackboard is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Ever.
So the thing with Math 102 is you had to get above a 60 on every assignment.
Yep.
I'm not one to settle, like especially for a D. Like, I'm just not. I'm not.
Yep.
I redid every homework assignment as long as it was above a 60. I was fine.
Wow.
And you had to get above a 70 on the final to pass the course. I didn't get above a 70 on the final, so I failed the course as a whole.
She had to retake it?
Yep.
I did too. Hey.
Really?
Hey, cheers to that.
Really?
Same thing happened to me. But
no way.
If I'm being honest with you, different aspects though. At least you were putting the effort on the homeworks. Because I took a gap year after high school.
Really?
So my very first semester was me taking math, and first of all, that was never one of my strong suits in high school. And then I'm taking a year off from school, getting back into the swing of things, and you're gonna lay math on me. And Blackboard, and this is my first time getting used to Blackboard. And I tried the first homework, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna just try and do good on the quizzes and tests. I can't do this homework. I can't.
It's hard.
Yes.
Fast forward, I retook it last year. It's crazy I'm a junior. I feel like I'm still a freshman.
COVID's thrown everything off.
It's very wonky. But I took it last year. I retook it, and I straight up said to the professor after our first class, I think my favorite professor I've ever had.
Wow.
Just because she helped me so much, and I went up to her at the end of the first class, and I said, listen, I'm willing to put in the work. Like, I will do whatever I have to pass this class, but just have patience with me. Like, I'm not the best at math.
Yep.
Like, it got to the point where I thought I needed, like, accommodations with math because it's very block. So I went to every one of her office hours.
Wow.
And
good for you.
She's a part-time professor. Mm-hmm. So she's not obligated to have office hours. She doesn't get paid for them. So she stayed after Monday, Wednesday, Friday for an hour, and we did every homework, and she'd help me out with it.
Good for you.
And I passed the class.
Nice. Yeah, the second time around, I took it during...
Don't tell me it was COVID.
It was COVID. But I don't know how I passed, but I did. I don't know how I passed, Freddie, but I did. It was all online. I don't even remember anything from that class, if I'm being honest with you.
Really?
All my COVID classes were just such a blur.
Isn't that a shame?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of similar with me, and that was half of my college.
Yeah. It's kind of, it sucks because
it's a time warp.
I was really talking about this with somebody the other day. I don't know if I've learned, in terms of book-wise, in terms of classroom-wise, I don't know if I've learned anything super above and beyond what I ever thought I would have, well, the aspect of college. But I do think that college has matured me. It's definitely helped with my the maturation of me stepping into adulthood, I guess you could say.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Just like even 2 years ago to now.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
How do you think you in high school compares to you in college? Do you think right now you're like prime Freddie?
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like arrogant when I say that.
Yeah.
But I mean, first of all, I know I'm gay. I know you probably knew that.
Yeah.
But in high school, I wasn't out. And I loved high school. I really did. Like, I have some good friends from home, But I wasn't living... Like, I'm going to say my truth, as corny as it sounds. Like, I wasn't like, being me, transparent. Like, I wasn't being truly me. So, like, I don't know. High school, I was still in the closet, and it was just a different, like, ball game.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that's...
Compared to now, at least, because now I'm out and,
right.
like, I'm me, you know?
Yeah,
like
there's nothing to hide.
There's nothing to hide.
And that's a great thing, because, oh my God, I don't know, because obviously I can't relate to you in terms of just, like, pretending to be somebody that I'm not type of thing, but trying to be comfortable in your own skin with anxiety is, like, that's hard.
Especially with high school. I mean, maybe we had similar experiences, but, like, trying to fit in and, like, be the it group and like dress the part, you know, and like want people to like you, and the social standards in high school, you know,
right?
Like the popular group, and if you're not in the popular group, you're a loser, you know, like, or that's how it was portrayed, you know. High school was interesting to say the least. Where'd you go to high school?
Right where we are.
Really?
Yep, right in this town. So it's funny how right before we started recording off the mic, you were asking me about crap, I forget what it was, but let's just put it this way. In high school, I never really necessarily had an identity, so to speak. Like, I didn't necessarily know what I would be.
We were talking about this.
Yes.
What made you get into this?
Yep. And it's funny how all these people who I thought were popular and were on top, like, I don't even hear about them anymore. I don't see them. I don't feel the pressure of having to constantly compare myself to them anymore.
It's nuts.
Not that these people are bad people. It's just that I'm not constantly seeing the same people every day, and it just seems like there was a hierarchy in certain classes somehow within the same couple hundred group of students.
Trying to fit in.
Yep. So it's very interesting to see how, whether I've had these people on to talk on the podcast, whether I've had people reach out to me to let me know what they think or like how life is going with them. It's been cool. It's been cool to see the not necessarily when it pertains to me, but just to see how everything around me has changed as I've grown up. But I always say this all the time, and I'm gonna add a little twist to it. Because I asked someone who came on not too long ago, I said, when do you think your prime is? And he said, I hope my prime lasts forever. Isn't that such a great way to think of life? You never leave your prime. Doesn't matter how old you are. Like, it just seems
I
like
never thought of it that way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh, in high school I was the shit, now I'm never going to be that again.
Yeah.
In college, that's what I was known for, never again. Personally, I think it's going to be when I'm a family man, father and everything. I tell this all the time, and you just let me know if you can agree. When I have a family, so in my free time, I don't know if you know this or not, but I am like the biggest movie and show buff. Like, really? Tell me what you're watching so I can add it to my list. Recommendations. I've seen so many shows and movies up to this point, probably way more than the average person.
What's your favorite?
Movie or show, or both?
Both.
Movie, Pulp Fiction. Have you ever seen it? That's
Pulp.
Mark it down. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp,
P-U-L-P.
Pulp,
see that poster right behind you with Samuel Jackson? Yep, that's Pulp Fiction.
Really?
I don't want to tell you what it's about. Yep, shout out to Cal. Yep, got some signatures on there. I had no expectations watching the movie because it came out back in like the 80s.
Yeah.
I had no expectations. So there's Samuel Jackson, there's John Travolta. And that was the movie that after Grease, he went through like a rough patch where he was not getting major gigs anymore after Grease.
Really?
Well, maybe a couple more that I can't think of, but John Travolta was, because he's always known as the guy from Grease.
Yep.
That he kind of couldn't break that stigma of just being known as that guy. Yeah. So Pulp Fiction was the movie that put him back on the map. No way. Freddie, it is, I don't know if you can handle like, it's mostly a comedy and not a thriller. Like, it's not scary. It's just entertaining. Like, I don't know if you've seen Quentin Tarantino movies.
No.
Oh my God, Freddie. Quentin Tarantino. It's crazy. It's good stuff. But there's also so I know you said you like Stranger Things. Yeah. There's the Maya Hawke. Do you know who Maya Hawke is? Or she's the girl that play, like, are you all caught up on Stranger Things?
Yeah, I am.
The girl that worked with crap, I forget his name, in the ice cream shop. That girl.
Yes.
I think her name's Robin. Yes, her mother, his name is Uma Thurman, right? So Maya Hawke, her father is Ethan Hawke, and then he was with Uma Thurman, and she's in the movies like Kill Bill and a couple other ones. But if you want to look up on your phone right now, like the iconic, it's one of the most iconic movie posters you might ever see. Like you might recognize it if you just look up Pulp Fiction cover. It's of Uma Thurman like smoking the cigarette, laying in bed. You might have seen it, but you might not have.
I've never seen it, but
that might be my favorite movie ever personally. But then there's also The Godfather 1 and 2. I don't know if you're Italian.
No, I'm not. No, actually, I have like 2% in me. I did the DNA swab.
Yeah. What are you? Mostly.
Do they call it a mutt? I'm like.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. So everything. I'm a mutt too.
I'm Hungarian, Irish.
Wow.
I guess. I don't know Baltics. If that's some.
Yeah,
it's
I think
European.
So. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good stuff, Freddie.
A little European.
There you go. Yeah, I am definitely embraced my Italian side a lot. So movies like Goodfellas with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, just The Godfather. But like Pulp Fiction's number one, and then I guess Godfather maybe 2. Yep. Godfather 1 and 2. Show. I'll give you the easy one, Breaking Bad.
I've never seen it.
That, in my opinion,
so sheltered with shows and movies.
And that's okay. Dude, I'm serious. If you wanted me to really throw like the Bible of shows and movie recommendations at you, I will. Like I have a whole list of stuff that I haven't even watched yet.
Have you seen American Horror Story?
No, my sister's really big into it.
Do you have any like interest in it?
Maybe one day, but like it's not a priority for me to watch.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who are into it. So would you say that's your favorite show?
Favorite show? All right.
Like, have you seen The Office?
Oh, yeah, I have. It's all right. I'm not a big.
Wow, really? So what are you into?
I'm not gonna lie. Don't judge me. But like
reality TV.
Oh, yeah, that. I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah.
As I watched the Kardashians yesterday.
Anything counts.
My favorite. I love reality TV.
Do you like Love Island? I've
never watched it.
Dude, my friends, I'm not going to watch it. You know who you are. But, dude, they have been trying to press my buttons to watch Love Island. They're, like, obsessed with it. Because the concept is just pretty much people that are all on this island. And
love?
And you have to, like... So, let's say, like, you find someone attractive. You can... And, like, two people mutually find each other attractive. They can, like, couple up for the week or something.
Really?
But whoever is single by the end of the week... gets voted off. Like, so, like, you can, let's say you don't immediately, someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you don't have someone you're talking to necessarily, like, you could try and, like, steal a girl or, like, a guy away from somebody.
Yeah.
Just to, I don't know, like, people love that shit.
Do you know what it's on? Hulu?
Yes.
It's on Hulu?
I think it should be. But there's stuff like that, like, but aside from reality TV, I mean, and unless there are other shows like that, like, what else do you like watching?
I love, would you say, maybe drama, but like, I'm going to say The Vampire Diaries.
Really?
Have you watched it?
I have not.
Do you know?
I don't think so. Tell me about it.
It's vampires. It's like supernatural. They got werewolves, witches. I'm into the supernatural vibe, you know?
Gotcha.
And I don't know. There's a supernatural vibe, but there's also like the love vibe and like the characters are like,
I hear you.
The romance in it. Yeah, romance. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
I eat that up.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I might have
I've
no
watched
crumbs.
It 5 times.
Clean your plate. That's good stuff, Freddie. What? So like, would you say that you okay, so for me in my free time, if I'm not doing anything, like I'm watching a movie or a show or listening to a podcast. That's what I do. What would you say you do if you're not watching anything or listening to music or something?
I love being with people. And I love... If I'm not with somebody, I guess just scrolling my phone on TikTok, you know? Yeah. I think that's like my outlet.
Yeah.
I like after a long day, laying on my futon and just scrolling.
Yeah. Obviously, you and I both have a B-Reel.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like one of the kings of B-Reel.
You're really gassing me up. I'm not.
No, I really think you might be.
I don't think
I think you might be, Freddie. You might be one of the kings.
What makes you say that? I got the app like 2 weeks ago.
I got it like a month, less than a month ago. It's such a cool app. I like it.
I like it too.
I like seeing what people are up to, like in that given moment of time.
You know what I wish though? My one critique with Be Real is they would let it go off in the morning.
I saw you comment on
when we're at work.
Yeah, I saw one of your captions. I think
it's always in the afternoon.
I think you once said like I'm tired of this going off at night or something.
At night when I'm in bed.
Yeah.
Like let's start being real in the morning with everybody with the bed head, with the drool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
When we're at rec, let's have it go off at 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. The reason why I say that though is I don't know why, but people... Okay, I don't know what your stance on when it comes to social media is. I'm the type... There's two people. You either truly will only give a like to something if you like it, or you just like everything you see. I'm the guy who likes everything I see.
I like everything I see.
Because, like, if I follow it, like, mine as well. Like, it just takes
on
2
Instagram,
seconds.
Though, I don't really... Like, the meme accounts that I follow and everything, I don't... If it's somebody that like I follow, like you, I like everything you post on Instagram. But like, let's just say, I'm gonna say College Game Day, like ESPN.
Yeah.
I don't really like. I'll watch the video and I'll forget to like it.
But see, that's insane. Like that's so interesting to me that like a person can just forget or just like.
I just scroll past it, you know?
I naturally I'm just naturally conditioned. If I see it, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom.
When I was younger, I've had Instagram since I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
And yeah. And same with Snapchat, all that stuff. But I was the kid when I was younger that I wouldn't even look at the post. I would just scroll and like, you know. And
wow.
I guess I hated that because everybody's like, "Oh, did you see what I posted?" And I liked it, but I didn't because I was just like, you know.
As you get older, likes really become overrated.
I have all of my like counts off Instagram.
Me too.
I think it's a superficial thing. I'm going to be honest, and I found I'm more casual posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like there's no standard
no
because
stress.
It's not like, oh, I only got 100 likes on this picture.
Wait, I can't. Well, for me, I have my likes hidden, so you can't see them.
Yeah.
And even then, like I can see it, but I don't check it.
I'm the same boat.
Yeah.
Because I found just being able to do that. Yes. I post more of what I want to post.
Yes,
and it's more casual.
Yeah, because it seems like everyone just like likes to just become relevant.
You know, and again, that's living for me, not living for other people.
Hell yeah, Freddie.
And that's what...
Good.
I like unplug from that and plug into that, you know?
No, that's you're preaching to the choir right there. That's good stuff.
I press post and I turn off.
I'm trying to get more people to buy into that. Because there was a point in where I was in middle school and I was posting the most pointless stuff. That's how social media should be. Just put, like, if you... Like, I always say this, if you freaking went out to breakfast and you just felt like posting your breakfast, or you felt like posting, like, you and a friend at the post, like, who cares?
Or your food.
Like, yeah.
Like food's beautiful.
It is.
Post it.
Yeah, I'm getting really sick and tired of people treating their social media like Tinder. I really am, Freddie.
I've never thought about... You're so right with that.
That's what I think. I'm so sick and tired of seeing people at their complete happy. Like, show me something real. Like, if you're going through something, like, post something about it. During COVID, like right in the thick of it, 2020, in April or May, I think it might have been May, I was just sitting outside with a nice bucket hat on, some glasses, just chilling, and Freddie, between me and you, I was having a great time during 2020. And some people, I understand it was horrible. Yeah. People got sick. My parents got sick. I know loved ones who passed away from it.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked. That was horrible. But for those that were able to control what you could control, and you found a way to pause the brakes.
You sound like my dad.
Slow down.
Yeah.
If you found a way to take advantage of that time, during 2020, this was like the project I found. Like this room.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This is when it...
Yeah, Freddie, fun fact, I didn't know this until, or remember this until recently. So if you go on Instagram still saves whatever you put on your Instagram story all the way down. So I went back to 2019 and looked at what was on my Instagram story, and I used to put like songs of the day on my stories and certain like polls and stuff. One of the questions I asked was, in 2019, I said, if I started a podcast, would anybody watch? Never did anything with that in 2019, but in 2020, I was trying to like figure out the right pieces and coming up with ideas, and in 2021, I was sitting alone in this room with just a metal chair, and I had friends over and they were sitting on the floor, and I told them, like, I'm going to build something here. And it's one thing to talk, but it's one thing to do. and I wanted to earn my respect in that way. So little by little, what you see, like none of this is just. It's not like I woke up and everything was here. Like one time, I had like only like 3 posters lined up and no vinyls. There was, everything was like disorganized. I don't know, but like you find the little things, Freddie. You find the little things.
I love that. So you got into like podcast making just.
Yeah, I was always listening to podcasts in senior year of high school. I really got into them. Like, I knew about them. People, and even then, podcasts are popular, but people still aren't too sure as to what they are.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfamiliar territory. Like, they're not the cream of the crop just yet. But I've been listening to so many, and it was kind of like a might as well
join
the thing, because I'm always listening to them.
Can I ask, what else? I want to get you a vinyl.
Freddie, you don't have to.
I want to get you... What?
I also have some over here if you didn't see them.
What do you listen to? Like, what?
Freddie.
What's your... I mean, you say everything. But
no, like, Freddie, when I tell you listen to everything, like, name an artist, I probably listen to them.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah! And here I go. Come on, Freddie.
Oh, my God, I love Fleetwood Mac.
No, not like, necessarily they're my favorite band.
Yeah.
Type thing, but yeah, like, I have some Fleetwood Mac songs in my Vibes playlist.
Green Day.
Oh, Freddie, come on. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Who doesn't love Green Day? I walk a lonely road. Oh, my God. Freddie, come on.
So you listen to everything.
And then you see it. I got Ariana Grande. I mean, that's really my wife, or Dua Lipa, my wives, if you want to make it plural. You know, like, I really love... I have nothing but respect for female artists and female athletes. I love... Man, I have nothing but respect for females. I really do.
I always say all the time, I wish I was attracted to them, like... because they're so wonderful.
They are.
Like,
they are.
You know?
But hey,
enough said. They're so like. I wish I was attracted to them in the way that like a straight person is.
Freddie, either way,
because I have so much respect for them, and
right.
It's like, I just know if I were straight, like
Freddie,
I want to treat a girl the way she deserves to be treated.
Right.
You know?
I hear you. Hey, either way, you're gonna meet. Like, whoever you end up with is going to be a very lucky person.
Thanks, Mario. You too.
Yeah, I hope so, Freddie. I sure should hope so. And oh my God, if they look like Ariana Grande and Dua Lipa, I'd be in heaven.
Hey.
I would, like, oh my God. But, so with Dua Lipa, it's funny because Future Nostalgia, if I'm being honest, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
I have a crazy Boston story that I can tell you when I went to go see Dua Lipa.
Really?
Yeah.
You went recently, right? I saw your...
Back in February.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I could tell you about that.
I remember what you were wearing. You were wearing a jersey, right?
I was wearing a Celtics jersey.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember your Instagram post.
Yeah.
See, I remember what you posted.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I'd say the winter of 2019, I went on this really interesting Calvin Harris binge.
Okay.
And kind of refreshing myself of how like all these bangers and hits that he made. And then I remember listening to like One Kiss, and there was a Dua Lipa also once had a collab with Sean Paul called No Lie, really good song.
Okay.
But I was like, Dua Lipa, huh? I was like, I know Dua Lipa, but I don't know her like that.
Yep.
I was like, I'm curious. So I listened to her like maybe like her first couple songs she's ever made, and then I listened to her self-titled album, Dua Lipa, and then as I was listening to it and getting familiar with her first album, all of a sudden I'm hearing from her Instagram account that she's posting an album in the spring of 2020. And I'm like, oh my God.
That was Future.
I'm going to be ready for this. And so, Freddie, in 2021, when, what's the song with, DaBaby, like the remix that popped, Levitating.
Yeah.
So Levitating popped off in 2021, Freddie. But I was jamming to it in April of 2020.
You're an OG.
Yes, no, I really am, Freddie.
You're an OG.
Like people, oh, I love to. I'm like, no, you really don't though, because like Freddie, and respect to the listeners and viewers, I was in the top 0.1% of Spotify listeners for Dua Lipa. 0.1, Freddie. That's as if I was in the booth with her when she was making her music.
That's nuts.
That is pretty nuts.
Oh my God.
So no, like she's really one of the goats. Her and Ari.
She's in my cycling playlist. Both of them, actually. I did Greedy by Ariana Grande yesterday.
Nice.
We sprinted to it. And then Physical. No,
Physical, yep. Let's get physical. Yeah, physical. Yep.
Yeah, let's get physical.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, when I went to Boston, that was such a good and bad day at the same time, Freddie.
Why? Why bad?
I'll tell you the bad. So first of all, I was running on 3 hours of sleep.
Oh, God.
And for some reason, my friend, shout out to Gavin, I love you to death, but he wanted to be up early in the morning to get to Boston.
Okay.
And I was just up because I was playing video games, just having a good time with my friends, and then I was like, I gotta get up early. I forgot. So I'm tired. I'm waking up in and out, and it's February in Boston. It is sheer cold. The wind chill is unreal. It's crazy.
Unbearable.
And then, let's just say we may or may not have found a way to relax while in Boston.
Okay.
Type thing. And so while that's going on, Freddie, I'm walking around Boston. I'm cold, I'm tired, and I'm relaxed. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
and Freddie, I tell you, it was. I was miserable. I was walking around, and I'm just like, because I'm so used to the suburbs. I'm in the city, and I never go to the city. It was my first time in Boston. I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Because the concert was so far out, it seemed like it was never gonna happen. Yeah. And we didn't park right next to TD Garden. We parked like driving distance 10 minutes away, walking distance maybe like an hour. Okay, so nightfall hits. Yeah, nightfall.
Yeah.
In the city, and we're not parked at the Garden. We are parked in some other parking garage, like streets and streets down. So me and Gavin hiked across Boston, and the sheer cold and the sheer will and power and determination that we had, because we weren't using our brains to Uber.
Oh
so
my God!
We walked in the sheer cold of the night in the dark, all the way to TD Garden, and found the garden. It was like we found the Holy Grail. When we made it, we were like everyone else around there was probably chilling in a hotel or relaxing by a restaurant all day right outside of it. And here we are at like some Savage or something. We found it! Yes!
Oh my God, that's too funny.
It was incredible. And when we got in, it was like, wow, like we really made it. That's what makes it the story so much better. But, man, Freddie, I'll tell you, one of the most incredible performances, her dancing, the choreography, it was unreal.
She's incredible. She really
is.
And
she used to not be that good of a dancer, respectfully.
Oh, my God.
People bullied her into becoming, like, a phenomenal dancer.
Yeah. Do you know that?
Yeah, the hip swivel.
I remember I was a senior in high school. It was my photography class.
Yeah.
And the dance, me and my friend Megan from home, we were in photography, and we were doing that dance, just like, because it was just viral on TikTok.
Yeah, it was. It was. No, yeah, dude. Like there was a moment in the concert where, she had like a strobe light effect going on, but like there was a spotlight, so it was dark, and there was one spotlight from the ceiling right on her.
Oh my God!
And it would turn on and off, and every time it would turn off and on, she was like doing a different pose. Like I was fighting, my jaw dropped.
She really,
and like the music was going like dun 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 dun, and like but like it was the way it was, Freddie. It blew my mind. I really fell in love that night, Freddie.
Really?
Yeah. Nah, it was a spectacle.
She really showed the haters that she could dance.
Oh my God, yeah. No, and now she's a top 10 global Spotify artist. So
you know what amazes me? How she has the accent, right?
Yes, she does.
Yet when you don't hear it
when she sings,
same with
just like
Eleven
or Adele.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like you would never
think
it.
Like many UK actors as well, like Tom Hardy, Christian Bale. His name slips my mind. He plays the new Spider-Man.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, hold on. Let me see if this helps. Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. Yes, because Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. There you go. Yeah.
It's crazy how they could just like turn off their accent. Is that?
I guess no. I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Like, and
because I mean, it's all these Marvel movies and stuff like that, or movies in general. They're American productions for the most part. I would like to think, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
Do people sing in like British?
Yeah, there's definitely UK artists that keep their accent, or like the UK rappers. Like I think Giveon. I think he you could hear his accent a little bit.
Never heard.
Giveon, like Heartbreak Anniversary. You know that song, right?
If I heard it, maybe.
Freddie, he played all the time at the Rec. Heartbreak Anniversary. Every time, like you and me. Heartbreak Anniversary. Come on, Freddie.
I'm not picking it up.
Are you serious? Cause
Can I play music?
yeah, I mean, yeah, for like a split second or something. Yeah, or I could just like cut the audio for like yeah. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. I'm gonna check the camera real quick.
What's it called?
Heartbreak Anniversary by Giveon.
I'll put it low.
Nah, yeah. Like fast forward a little bit. Yeah.
Don't want to let you.
Yes. So you know it. Yeah, there you go. Yes. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Who doesn't know that song? Like you can hear his accent a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, people are still singing with that.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I love music. I love music. I love movies and shows. That's my top 3 because I don't think I said earlier. So like I said back, like when I have a family, I want to have like a Bible. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but depending on how many kids I have, I'm gonna have like a square for each kid. And like let's say like there's one movie title, I'm gonna have like 3 squares next to. And then one kid is like color coded, so maybe like one kid is purple, one's green, one's blue, and like for everything they've seen, they can check it off, and then like they could also tell me like what they liked about it, what they didn't like. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be such a good dad.
I really hope so. I think that's like
so.
Because like as much as I love my parents to death, like there's certain things I just had to learn for myself.
Yeah.
And now like I know what personally I would have wanted versus what did happen type thing.
How many kids? I know.
I think 3.
You think 3?
But like it's not my call, whoever the wife is.
Yeah.
But like I think I would love 3.
Do you want to stay in Connecticut?
You know what's so funny? I was gonna ask you that question down like at some point.
I'm telling you,
we're no, we're on a roll, Freddie. I think Connecticut is perfect for raising a family and education.
I agree.
The one thing about Connecticut, though, is when you're not a kid anymore, you don't have sleepovers as much, or you don't like. But for me, I played video games and like Wii and DS and Xbox and PlayStation growing up like a ton. Once video games don't become as well, even then, like I'm not trying to like act like I don't love video games, but like my PlayStation's broken, so like I've been just chilling. But it just seems like when you want to hang out, food is involved. So you got to spend money on food and maybe drinks. But like it doesn't seem like there's anything like, oh my God, every time we hang out, we have to do this type of thing. But I want to change that, Freddie. I think when I'm like in my 30s, if I could somehow pull it off, I want to host a karaoke night. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe get like a bar, like if I have a nice house, I'll get like a nice bar. Area, maybe in my backyard or the basement. I want to just like throw karaoke nights every weekend, and people just have a blast dancing and
you could do it down here.
No shot. No, this place is way too small, and even then, respect to my family. but I think that's something I'd like possibly want to do.
Oh my God, keep my number. I'll totally. Come to that.
Oh hell yeah! But like, think about it. I mean, what do you find entertaining in Connecticut? So like, I mean, going to the movies, but that's only like a once every couple months thing. Mini golf is.
I'm not a fan of mini golf.
Yeah. See, it's not, like what is there where it's like, oh my God, we need to do this. I'm from North Branford, to be specific. Yeah.
I live, I'd say 15 minutes from like the shoreline.
Okay.
So
the beach is always
the beaches. I mean, they're not
compared to what they could be.
Yeah, we're on the Sound, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's no Aruba or Caribbean, but like but.
Yeah.
I don't know. For fun, when I'm home at least, I guess go hang out by the beach. Even if it's cold, just like sit in my car and listen to the waves.
I respect that.
I know
that's
that.
Nice.
I know it sounds corny.
No, that's nice. That's nice, Freddie.
Just like the location of where I live, or like watch a sunset. Like we live near a vineyard, and it's so high up that you see Meriden, and so you see Gillette. Is it Gillette Castle or Castle?
I know exactly. Yeah, I think it's Gillette. I think it's Gillette Castle.
And you could see Branford Beach.
Wow.
You could see that's how high it's in Wallingford, and just the sunsets up there. Like that's what I.
Freddie, it's incredible you say that because there is a place not too far from here called Cedar Mountain. Heavily. If you're ever looking for a hike, it's not even that. Like after the first like 7 to 10 minutes of like going up the steep hill, it's just. It's smooth sailing from there, Freddie. So like, if you end up watching your own episode after this,
I totally will,
and it's done. At the very end, you're gonna see in my outro, it's a video of me, and it pans out, and you see a sunset, That sunset is on top of Cedar Mountain.
Really?
And I'm telling you right now, Freddie, in this November, because we just made it like past a year of this podcast. Like I made the outro like, around a year ago, around this time. So I'm telling you, if you, like when it's sunset and you find a good day, whether you go by
Cedar
yourself,
Mountain, it's called?
yeah, whether you get some friends, people, is shit. Even if I was up to it, like maybe,
Yeah.
but you get some people or whatever, and you go up there. Oh my God! Whether it's to take pictures, to just sit and watch, you can see the whole skyline of like this area of
That's what I live
Connecticut.
for.
You can see like the whole line of just this area of Connecticut and beyond some. It really humbles you just to think about the grand aspect of life.
Beautiful, yeah.
I love looking at the moon and the stars whenever the chance presents
That's
itself.
my favorite thing to do.
It's the best.
I think number one thing, the stars at night.
Me too.
Like,
but like it sucks because we live in such a light polluted area.
I agree. I know.
Like if we like in Utah, I could only imagine.
Yeah.
Like how the stars must look there. I love it's beautiful stuff.
We have a place up in Maine, in Littleton, Maine, ironically,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad and I, we go up there a couple times a year. We haven't since COVID, just because it's been hard to get up there.
Right.
But the stars, it's first off, it's the last exit in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
So any further north, you got to take Route 1.
Wow.
So
and isn't Route 1, if I'm not mistaken, it's Canada to all the way down
to Key West.
Wow.
I think it starts in Presque Isle, Maine. So it's north, and it goes all the way down to Key West.
That's crazy.
Drives through Connecticut, Florida,
Wow.
like Carolinas. It's very cool.
Yeah.
But there's no light pollution up there. So
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was up there with my dad when we were sitting by the fire, and I was just like reclined back looking up, and like the stars, it looked like it was like animated because
Wow.
they were just
Such a beautiful experience.
like
Mm-hmm.
the twinkling, the shooting stars.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a shooting star?
I've seen a lot.
Really?
Yep.
I might have seen 2 in my lifetime, and I'm so grateful it's only such a small amount. I will never forget, Freddie, on top of the Student Center garage,
Okay.
right before the semester, I had a friend who last second just said he was going to CCS. He was like, wow, man, like I'm happy for you. And went on a tour. Or like I showed him around campus. I don't know if it was that night, but I remember like we went on top of the garage a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
and I swear to God, I got out of my car and I just looked up just to look,
And you saw one.
and I was like, "Oh my God, I am so at peace right
The
now."
thrill, like it.
Yes.
You just,
And it's crazy because like if you want to like really look at it in space, it's like, oh, it's just a ball of rock on fire.
Yep.
But like, just okay, we can get into this just a little bit, or however much you want to. But for me, the way I have found peace on this earth and in this lifetime is religion, I guess you could say, but like the concept of God and heaven. Science can explain many things. I agree with that. The facts are the facts. You can't really disregard science. But I don't think science can truly explain how the way everything is constructed. It's as if like there truly is an artist that created these landscapes and just the way the universe is set up, and how like the way the sun sets and the way it makes the sky look.
Yep.
It is just an unreal experience that we take for granted, honestly. Like moments like that are just the way the moon looks, even though it's just a ball, like a rock that we're floating around and stuff like that, and there's all these different things. Yeah. Just the way it makes you feel, the way like do you ever just think sometimes like what like you like look up at the sky and you're like, wow, like I wonder what great things like lie in my future, or what like my purpose is, or like why am I here, the meaning of life type
that's
stuff.
When I look at the stars and like see shooting stars, that's what it's going through my mind. It's like gets you thinking about that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think you expect of yourself when you're maybe in your 30s? Let's say like a decade from now. What do you hope to possibly achieve, or like some things in that nature?
I want to be happy. I know that's so generic,
Wow.
but like I don't know necessarily what I want to do with my life. And like if there's one thing I've learned is that control what you can control and leave the rest. You know? Like you can't control other people. You can only control yourself and how you react to things. And just like not to overthink just because I used to overthink so much, and I still do. But
Right.
like once you step in the mindset of just like,
Wow.
you know, do what you can do, and leave the rest. You know, control what you can control and leave that. So like, I just want to be happy in my 30s, and like, I don't know, whatever the future has for me. I'm a firm believer that everything falls into place.
I agree.
You know?
Everything was meant to happen for a reason.
Exactly. So it's like, I know you'll end up where you're supposed to end up. I'm going to end up where I'm going to end up. You know?
Hopefully in good places.
Yeah, hopefully in good places.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's what I just hope to be happy. And everybody could say, oh, money and fame and this and that. And yet it all would be nice. But like, at the end of the day, if you're not happy, then
It doesn't mean
life
shit.
to you?
I completely agree.
You know?
Yeah, that's really well said. I think that for me, the dream is just give me a nice middle class house with a nice pool.
Yeah.
And maybe like a man cave like this where maybe I'll do myself like I did with this. And maybe like a few other things. A couple dogs would be nice. Maybe a nice aquarium that I could just stay out when I'm bored. A fish.
You like fish?
Fish are entertaining.
I love them.
Yeah, I love growing up. My dad always took me and my brother fishing, so like fishing's always been. But aside from that aspect, because the ocean fucking terrifies me, Freddie. We don't need to get into fears.
Me too.
I hate the ocean. Just But I've never had I've had fish tanks growing up and but small stuff and with a couple fish in it. But like you want to talk about dream? Like, I would love to just set up a giant 100-gallon tank and just watch like all sorts of fish just swim around in that thing. I have pirate ships set up and like the SpongeBob house,
The bubbles.
Yeah, all these different things. I think that'd be so cool. It's like you have your own community in your
It's
your
its
house.
own it's a literal community, and like it's kind of like us on Earth. Like
For all we know, what if people what
if we're in a fish tank?
What if we are?
You know,
But we have to accept it as our reality.
Exactly, and like those fish, I'm sure they don't know that like we're here. You know, on the out, like it's their literal world in there.
And plus,
you know?
they have I don't know about all types of fish, but I think just the average goldfish has a 3-second attention span.
That's hysterical.
So yeah, so it's like,
like,
imagine every time they see a person like, what the?
I'm dead. That's funny.
Yeah. No, but fish are cool. Pets are interesting. I love dogs. I don't know about you. Do you have dogs?
So, I was a cat person growing up. I still am a cat person. We never really had dogs in the house.
Okay.
Dogs. But I would have a dog. But I love cats.
Just have both. Why not?
Yeah, cats are easy. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing with cats is they're too easy.
They're just there, and they'll be, oh hey, like
the reason why I love a dog so much is because when you come home, like they are just so happy to see you that it's like the longer you're apart from them, like they truly feel that. Like like my dogs, whenever I come home, like they're like crying, like tears of joy, like they're making like these like happy sad whimpers and stuff. It's like, wow, like you truly missed me. Like people don't. Like, if let's say you and I, like, we don't see each other for a day, we're not going to be, Freddie and Mario! Like, it's not going to be like that. It's just a day. It's just like, it's just not how life works. But with pets, it's like, well, obviously dogs age way faster. Every year is like 7 years in dog years.
That's nuts.
But, like, they truly feel it. It's as if you're gone for a couple hours. It's like, for them, it's like, it's been a day.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, there's nothing like coming home and being greeted by a dog. And that's what we don't got to get like too sad, but like that's why when like a dog passes away, like you really feel it, because it truly feels like you lost that family member. But the thing with cats though, cats are chill. But the thing with cats though is that like they'll really just act like they run the joint.
They do.
Not necessarily kittens, but like I'm talking about like a cat.
And they have their own personality. It's
They
hysterical.
do. It's like Garfield. Like
I have 3 different cats, and they have 3 different
yeah.
It's evident.
Outdoor or indoor?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, indoor, outdoor.
Oh my god, I will say, if I ever had a cat and it was outdoor, I might have to put a GoPro on that thing. They really just do their own thing.
You see the videos of like people, they'll have like a camera on them, and it's like the cats.
They will really just go wherever and do as they please, and they'll just know how to find a way back home. It's incredible.
Crazy story. So my aunt, my mom's sister, she moved. So she lives in Wallingford.
Okay.
She moved from one house to the other house. And, like, I guess she didn't take the cat, but, like, the cat found her.
What?
The cat literally...
What?
It was in the same town, so Wallingford to Wallingford, but like still, the cat was able to leave the condo that they were in and go to the new apartment. Like, because the cat just like would go off for days and just didn't come back. So like...
Wait. How
Clyde,
far distance-wise are we talking?
From one side of town to the other, I'd say...
No, like Freddie, that's really like from
It's
here to like
nuts.
CCSU type of thing.
Nuts. And the cat was able to find her.
That is remarkable.
The cat's name is Clyde. I think
Clyde
Clyde
is different.
is dead. But like...
Oh, R.I.P. Clyde.
Rip
if that's
Clyde.
the case.
But isn't
that's
that nuts?
remarkable. I'm dead. No,
Because they have like a...
Yeah. The thing with dogs is like you really need to... That's why it's so good to get a dog when they're like a baby, because then they'll really just...
them.
Yeah, but they'll also truly see you as like the parental figure, so they won't want to leave you. But like if you get a dog, like adopt a dog, like a 1-year-old dog, and it's not trained right and stuff, they if they take off, they really will just take off and just not come back, which sucks.
My thing with dogs, it's... Again, I love them.
Go dogs.
Go dogs. Woo, woo. But I don't like the table manners. Like that's... You got some dogs that are excellent, but like I don't like the begging. Like if we're eating dinner and like having a dog like trying to like...
You just got to give it like
a piece of food.
like no. You got to give them like treats, and so like they...
Like that's my one thing.
Yeah,
and then they jump on you and it's like, oh, you're mauled by it. It's
Table manners is definitely a big one. Just you just have to ignore them. Is one. Like make sure you always, when they're young especially, like establish that this is, you cannot eat our food. And then like just have treats on the go. Like so like you just hand them a bone and they'll go lay down and chew on it while you're eating dinner.
Out.
Yeah, and they just chill out. There's little things you can do. You can get shock collars and never use it, and always like my cousins, they got their dog a shock collar, and he's incredible.
Really?
He never, like, they've never had to use it, and even then like they'll use like the lowest possible voltage, so like he'll know, but he always listens. He's always just chilling on the couch, like doing his thing. Like he's such a good dog. It's incredible. I think it's like a mini Labradoodle.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's always about certain dog types, and you find what's like the best fit. Yeah, I just love pets.
What's your dream dog?
Oh, good question. There's 3.
Okay.
There's 3 because I've never had them, and maybe 4. But like the thing is that they're all high maintenance dogs. I'm gonna say what they are.
Yeah.
But just because like I've never seen them that often in person, and I feel like just to say like, wow, this is really my buddy. Like that is cool. Husky.
I love huskies.
Apparently, when I was 3, well, not apparently, this did happen. My family had a husky named Scotty, pitch white German Shepherd mixed with a husky.
Really?
The most beautiful dog, and I have no recollection of him.
Wow.
He passed away of old
Scotty.
age.
That's a funny name.
Yeah, his name was Scotty.
Scotty.
And there's a picture of him in the snow, and all you see is his 2 eyes because he blended in with the snow.
Really?
Beautiful dog. So I would love a husky, and I think it's kind of like beautiful when they howl. It's kind of like it's ominous, but it's beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
So huskies, a Saint Bernard. I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard of it.
You can look it up on your phone if you're curious. But I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Cujo, scary movie. But like there's Cujo or Beethoven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Saint Bernard. I feel like that because
cute.
I like big dogs, but like I don't need a really big dog. And then the next two, okay, the next 2 to 3 are iffy because I'm a believer that it's not the dog that is the problem; it is how they are raised.
I agree completely. Like the stigma on pit bulls.
Yeah, exactly. Now that was a possibility of a dog that I would say next, but I just don't know if I'm really a pit guy. But my neighbor has pit bulls. They are beautiful dogs, and they are so
That's
sweet.
how they're raised.
They're so sweet.
Treated.
And the thing is they are very well-behaved dogs typically. Like, they are very good in terms of just listening and being docile. But the next 2, Rottweiler,
okay,
if it was raised right.
Yeah.
Because people also think Rottweiler or Doberman or Pit Bull. Like, those are guard dogs. Rottweiler, possibly. And then nobody's heard of it much. It's called a Tibetan Mastiff.
No.
It is a big dog, Freddie. It's huge. Like, I'm not saying, like, these aren't dogs that I'm not saying I'd get, but just looking at them really makes me just go, whoa. They really look like lions. It's like a dog, but it looks like a lion if you let its hair grow long enough. Like, they're huge. Yeah, Tibetan Mastiff. But and then I mean I would never get one, I don't think. But Great Danes are also so fascinating too.
Yeah.
They're so tall, like they're just so
Huge.
big dogs.
Yeah.
But they're also great with families for the most
Yep.
part, from what I hear. Like Marmaduke. Yeah, dogs are interesting. I used to watch Dogs 101 a lot growing up in like Animal Planet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about you? You ever watch like Animal Planet, Discovery Channel? Like, what'd you watch? Did you ever watch Cartoon Network? What'd you watch growing up?
Yeah, I was big on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel.
Yeah. What were your go-tos?
Favorite.
Throughout like middle school and high school.
High school, I kind of stepped out of that.
Yep.
And I started watching like Netflix and like that's like
Okay.
Vampire Diaries, all that stuff.
I gotcha.
But like growing up, do you remember? I don't even know what platform, but Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Cartoon Network.
and then Flapjack.
Cartoon Network.
I guess I was big Cartoon Network.
Nice.
Fan.
Yeah, I could name all the Cartoon Network shows. There was those. There was Foster's Home of Imaginary Kids.
Home and Imaginary Friends.
Yep, our friends. Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
But I couldn't think of the name of it.
Yep. There was Ben 10. There was Adventure Time, regular show.
Oh my God, my dad and I would watch regular show, and we would.
One of my favorite,
can
Freddie. I don't have the poster yet. It's one of my favorite shows ever. It really is. That and Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Can you explain to people how cartoons aren't what like people make them out to be? Like you said, like you loved these shows growing up. Like they had a sort of impact on you, like a fond memory.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just watching like junk. Like they actually entertain you. Like I'm also I don't know if you know this or not. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. But like cartoons and anime, big on that stuff. But like I wouldn't say like that's like my favorite number one thing. But I truly believe that like people, it's okay to watch cartoons. Like I'm telling you right now, it's not like you're watching junk. You can really learn a thing or two.
Even at this age, I would gladly, like if I'm staying in a night and I'll order some wings, a perfect night like sounds like like wings and like watching like Courage the Cowardly Dog, as dumb as it is, but like having some friends over and having that in the background, because it's like kind of brainless TV,
right?
Like it's kind of how some people might feel about the Kardashians or reality TV. Like you could have it on the background and like do other things and look back at it. It's like, oh, you didn't miss. Like it's not like
you're
gonna miss a whole thing if you're not tuned to it. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think. In this day and age, I think that the way society is starting to shape us up to be, I think our generation is changing the stigma. Yeah. But I think I'm not saying like your parents or my parents have done this. Maybe they have. But I think that the way the parents as a whole are raising us, they want us to just kind of go through what they went through. Like put their past trauma or dealings on us in terms of, oh yeah, like you have to go to college and then get a family and then work and then that's pretty much it.
And I think that's honestly, society as a whole, like it's like the social like maybe constructs or like norms where it's like if you don't do this you're a failure, and it's like, but college isn't for everyone, and there are so many people in my family that go to college and their degree, I don't want to say it's useless, but like they're doing nothing that pertains to their degree. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my best friends, she put her degree on pause, and she's now in like hair school, and she's doing, and she found her like that's her niche.
Hair is fun.
It's fun, and she found like her her Instagram. Like I love going on it because she's doing such great things, and like. Some people might say, oh, that's so good. And other people might be like, oh, no. Like, they might not have had the faith in her to take this step and, like, kind of this risk, I guess.
Right.
To step out of, the norm of you got to go to school. After school, you get a job or you go to your master's. And then after the job, you get married, you know? And I think people like to keep you on that path.
Yes.
And it's not always.
Yeah. I think once we're in our 40s and 50s, I believe that it's going to be our generation that shapes how the future. I think that we're going to be the ones to make it seem like it's not as big of a hassle to go to work. Like you don't have to feel like your job is pointless. Like you don't have to, like, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine 20 years from now, my coworkers, even my boss, who could possibly be the same age as me, if that's the case, is just like the biggest dickhead in the world.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to be very accepting of one another and creative. Like at the rec, you guys, as your supervisors, find creative stuff all the time to do. Like the turkey thing, what I'm thankful for. Little things like that. Just as little as that. Like that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that it's okay. Like we need to be more creative and let people have fun. Don't conform us into like robots and who have to just like pretend to be somebody we're not.
Because there's not one way to life, and if you go through life with that mindset, if that is what makes you happy and fulfills you, then all the power to you. But it doesn't fulfill everyone,
For sure.
It's funny. Gen Z has such a bad rap. Like people will like, and I get Gen Z could be a little silly at times, but like I do think I think we're in the right direction.
I think we are too.
Like as crazy and quirky as Gen Z could be, like I said,
I think when I have conversations like this, it really gives me
hope
and some sort of faith that humanity's going to figure it out. Have you ever heard of the cycle where it's like tough times create tough men create easy times create weak men create hard times? I think we're in that phase right now. We're like we're softening up from like COVID, and we're getting lazier, and I think that we're putting those hard times on ourselves, and I think that that's what's gonna make us be like, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
And that'll be when we're like, I think, like I said, late 20s, early 30s. I think like we're really gonna step our game up just as a community.
Are you excited to enter? Like, how old are you?
21.
You're 21.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to like go through like your 20s and like enter your 30s, or does that kind of scare you?
I think it's more scary to see other people around me grow up.
I agree.
Rather than myself, because I'm always around myself every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you get older, it's kind of sad, but like watching your parents get old, like that's something you don't want to have on your mind every day. But never take time with your family and loved ones for granted. I truly mean that. Yep. I think that, like I said, the prime thing. I hope I stay the happiest, go-lucky person, humblest person that I can be, that I was raised to be, for as long as I can be. Mm-hmm. Like I was raised to be accepting of other backgrounds and cultures and people. One of my best friends, shout out to Abel, he's Indian. I have an Armenian friend. I have Puerto Rican friends. I have Italian. Like I have such a the way I was raised. Like I was raised to just be accepting of everybody. Yeah. And I hope that whether it's my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, I continue to be a people person. Because I might not be able to have a 3.8 GPA, but
damn, good for you.
But I can should at least make sure that like I can make sure that I'm the best person and community member that I can be. If that makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah. Freddie, this has been incredible.
Yeah.
Like this conversation was everything I wanted to be and more. I truly mean that.
Really?
I always ask 3 things before I get you out of here. And hopefully we can I want to do this again sometime, Freddie.
I do too.
This is like therapy. This is so nice.
It feels like we've been here for like 20 minutes.
I'm telling you, time flies, man. I'm telling you. 3 things though. And it doesn't necessarily need to be favorite, but it can be of recommendation. 1, movie, TV show, both, whether favorite or just one you recommend to the people. And I know we've talked about some stuff. If you want to go that route, you can.
Recommend a movie or TV show? All right, the first thing that popped in my... Obviously, I love the Vampire Diaries and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But, movie or TV show? I watched a really good movie over the summer. It's called Stonewall, and it's the beginning of Pride.
Okay.
And it portrays like it's not a documentary, but it's as if the actors are playing back in like the 60s, Mm-hmm. So that's the vibe of it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a really good movie, and it opens your eyes up a lot, especially like where Pride began, like LGBTQ, all that stuff, like that.
I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm gonna have to give that a watch.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And you learn it. I learned stuff, and I'm in the community, and I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? It was That's what came to my mind.
I'm gonna have to
think
look into
that's one of
that.
my favorite movies too. Like it was
Okay.
it was a movie. It wasn't like a documentary where it's like they
It's good
did
stuff.
this, they did that. Like
Right.
it was, you know.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Now, favorite, whether it's music artist, album of recommendation or favorite, or both that you could recommend.
Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac and their Rumors album.
I like that.
I
Fleetwood Mac is such a vibe. I don't think people understand.
I love Fleetwood Mac. I love it.
You know,
Love them.
I had a septoplasty, which is it's nose surgery not this year, but last February of 2021. And because I wasn't getting much airway through my nose without even realizing it. And I still remember when I was going into exam prep and they had me laying in like the little surgical bed.
Yep.
I still remember, Freddie, to this day, that they were playing the I think it's called Dreams, but they were playing the Fleetwood Mac song that was trending on TikTok because the guy with the grape juice who was skateboarding there. I'll never forget. I was laying in that bed and that song was playing, and it was a minor procedure, but I was really just laying there like, if I'm going to die, like I am so at peace right now with Fleetwood Mac playing. It felt
They're
nice.
a good band, you know.
They are.
That's my guilty pleasure. Like I will play Fleetwood Mac all day, every day, and it's like my therapy.
That's nice. I'm also a big. It's not nearly as old school or calming. I'm a big Paramore fan.
All right.
I like Paramore.
Paramore's good.
I'll play some Paramore here and there, yeah. But yeah, Fleetwood Mac, I like that. And what was the album from once again?
Rumors.
Gotcha. And then last but not least, some words of encouragement, whether it's to your future self, if you want to look back on this, whether it's to the people that are listening and watching. If you're still here, appreciate the support as always.
I think for myself and everyone else, you know, control what you can control and leave the rest behind, you know. Don't stress yourself out. Like at the end of the day, it's emotions that are pointless because it all will work out in the end and you'll end up where you're supposed to be, you know.
That was very well said, my friend. I like that. I think that's good to leave off.
And live in the moment, you know.
For sure. And take nothing for granted. Everyone has a story and it's still being written. Keep pushing, keep going. My heart is with you all. And with that said, ciao for now. Freddie Little, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.